7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Alright, so here when I pull Thok, I want to make sure that I get him to these markers parallel to them as quickly as possible. Our melee is positioned on the green marker to make sure that they don't get parried. And once that happens, it's just about keeping up my SOTR as much as possible on my Paladin. Tanks are going to rotate every 2 stacks. So there's my second stack's about to hit in about 5 seconds. Make sure my SOTR is up. As soon as my SOTR falls, and I'm not about to spam SOTR again and there's a gap, I use my DP to fill that gap, because Thok can hit quite hard towards the end of the fight. So I'm going to drop a Light's Hammer there just to help heal the raid, do some minor damage on Thok. I'm just going to DPS Thok in the meantime while Laryl is getting his 2 stacks. So he's going to get his second stack in about 5 seconds. I want to make sure I have 6 Holy Power saved up and ready to go for when I taunt Thok to get 2 SOTR spams on him right away. So there's the second stack taunting. So I taunt and I get my 6 Holy Power rotation in just like I said I would. And it's about to fall off. I can get a third one in for 9 seconds and I don't get any DP procs. So I'm going to use my Divine Protection, and in the meantime I'm going to build 6 Holy Powers. So by the time Divine Protection falls off, ideally I have 6 Holy Power ready to go. However, I got some DP procs there, so I'm good to go in general too.
Taunted.
So Laryl is taunted again. Now, at this point... Do you want mine? I can't hear you.
No, save yours, save yours, don't use it.
So, group up guys. So, at that point, I could have cheesed Vengeance by taking increasing stacks and doing more and more damage, and also taking more and more damage. But there's no point risking it. Like I said, our DPS is just fine in this raid. We don't need the extra damage unless I'm trying to parse or something like that. So usually that phase ends with Laryl tanking, so I pick up the Jailer because Laryl currently still has debuffs from the boss on him. Now, it's not entirely dangerous, but it's really only dangerous when the Jailer enrages and you have stacks from the previous phase, so you take the increased damage. It's a very good chance you could get gimped by the Jailer, so you gotta be careful. So in this phase, we kill the Jailer. I'm gonna be responsible for grabbing the key.
I do.
And we usually wait until about 11 Frenzy stacks on Thok, so I'm just going to be doing whatever ranged abilities I can on Thok. And when he's getting to the 10 stack mark, I'm going to be moving over to the jail and getting ready to open it.
Or do whatever you can. Run in any direction, be safe.
It's too late.
As soon as this phase starts, which you guys will see in a second, we'll be tanking him here in the purple-red area, and we'll once again get him parallel to the line, the imaginary line drawn between those 2 markers. So there's 11. So I open the cage. And the melee will be positioned, here's assignments again, the melee will be positioned on the purple marker, so regardless of how we start with Thok, ultimately we want to flip him so his head is facing towards red, that way we don't deal with any parries onto the melee.
I'm getting him.
So Laryl will be starting, he'll be taking 1 stack and then dealing with bats, and after 1 stack I'll be taunting. I want to make sure I have a 6 Holy Power rotation right before taunting it. So I'm going to save my Holy Power here and not spend it taunting. So as soon as I taunt, I get my rotation in, I got some good DP procs, and I still haven't spent everything. I also saw that I have 5 Bastion of Glory and make sure to use my 4 PCF right away. After his frontal, I'm going to go in and drop a Consecrate on the bats just to help with the AoE damage. And I'm also going to drop Hammer on them, just to help with the bat damage and a bit of healing. Also, my active mitigation just fell off, so I make sure I supplement... Deals up. I make sure I supplement that gap with Divine Protection, just to make sure I'm not getting any clean hits from Thok and potentially dying. So DP just fell off. I had a 6 Holy Power rotation, and I used that immediately to make sure my active mitigation's up. While that's up, I basically just focus on Holy Power generation in order to make sure in order to make sure that I have as high SOTR uptime as possible. If SOTR were again to drop at any point there, I would use Divine Protection once again to fill in those gaps. If Divine Protection was unavailable, I'd have used either Ardent Defender or Guardian, no problem.
Of course I
know how to game it to not get targeted again.
So, same stuff here on the Jailer. Laryl should technically be taunting, as you can see. He has no Vengeance at all. He should be taunting this Jailer just to get a bit of Vengeance and doing what range damage he could on Thok to maximize damage output on Thok. So I'm going to grab the key again, and when Thok is at around 10 stacks once again, I'm going to be heading towards the jail just to make sure that I'm ready to open it on the 11th stack, and then we will position Thok back at the blue-yellow marker area just as we started the fight. Our 3-minute CD is going to be up, Youth.
Probably not.
Much
Actually, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to open then.
I'll stand.
Like, I'm the only display.
Make sure you use Hellstones, guys. So there's the 11 stack, so I open the cage. Now this one's a bit weird because Thok, the target actually runs out to Thok and he can be caught out in the middle of nowhere, which is really annoying. I've also built up Holy Power in the meantime through Judgment to make sure that I have 5 Holy Power, 6 Holy Power for when Thok starts. He's really far, yeah. Okay, so I taunt him and I immediately want to get him back to position, so I make sure my Judgment's up and I make sure my SOTR is spamming as I do that. I have to make sure I get him in position for sure. So there's his first breath, flipping him. There's his first breath. I make sure to flip him again so that melee don't get parried. And I make sure that when I flip him, I position his head through the raid because he just breathed and he's not going to breathe on the raid anymore. If I were to position his tail through the raid, there's a good chance he could have tail swiped and stunned the raid as I was doing that, and it could have caused some wipes. So once again, name of the game, keeping SOTR up. However, there's a lot of magic damage coming in as well. So using a DP or other DRCD to supplement that damage intake helps quite a bit. The reason being that obviously your active mitigation does nothing for magic damage. So the tanks rotate every 4 stacks here, so I see Lerald's at 2. It's about time that I start saving up my Holy Power to have a 6 Holy Power rotation for when I need to taunt, which is coming up very soon. So there's his 3rd stack, there's his 4th, taunting. And once again, I've built up 6 Holy Power, I get a double SOTR in, I fish for some DP procs, and by the time those 2 wear off, I have enough Holy Power to get a 3rd SOTR off if I didn't get any DP procs. So I'm gonna use my Ardent Defender here, because I haven't used it at all in the fight, and there's a heavy amount of magic damage. And during that Ardent Defender uptime, I'm going to build up 6 Holy Power again, and there it is, 1 second left. So now I get my active mitigation up.
Finish him.
And we transition because the boss is almost dead. We're not going to need to go to a fire phase here at all because there's no danger in us. Well, there's no danger in the boss not being killed this round because he has got a low amount of health. So we're going to keep the Jailer alive as long as possible, basically just to feed the tank's vengeance. And I'm just going to use my ranged abilities on Thok while tanking this Jailer. Technically, I could be doing a better job by keeping my active mitigation up against him so I don't die. Any Judge, Hammer of Wrath, and Avenger's Shield that I get, I basically spam it on Thok.
Like every time.
And that's it.